Which of these is ranked highest on the Beaufort wind scale? Which of these is a horse racing venue in Ireland? Which of these is Cockney rhyming slang for feet? The Dutch liqueur advocaat is what colour? What was the title of Ed Sheeran's first album? What species of bear is Paddington Bear? Which of these sports uses the smallest balls? What is the capital of the Australian state Queensland? Which of these is a phrase meaning a long time? What is the primary ingredient in a traditional salsa sauce? Which of these films did Natalie Portman star in? How can muggy weather also be described? What is the name of King Charles III's wife? What song title was shared by Hits for Chili con carne is a traditional dish in which cuisine? Which of these birds is a brood parasite? What completes the proverb, half a loaf is better than? Which of these was a classic comedy starring Tony Hancock? Neil Kinnock is a former leader of What type of tea is used in the Japanese tea? Which of these are small blood vessels in the body? The comedy TV series. Which Spice Girl often sported a Union Jack? How many UK Prime Ministers? What parts of the body are the cause of cramp? What colour is the flesh of a kiwi fruit? Which famous singer has a daughter called Tamla? Which famous singer has a daughter called Tamla? A Harrington jacket traditionally has what sort of lining? Who would be given an APGAR score? Coleman crystallized the types of what food made by bees? What is the nickname of Paralympian David Weir? Which Briton directed the film 12 Years a Slave? The word kushti, meaning good, comes from what language? The word kushti, meaning good. Ali G appeared in the video for which Madonna hit? Ali G appeared in the video for which Madonna hit? How often does a polycarpic plant flower and fruit? In London, where would you find the Queen's Bench Division? Goalkeeper Pat Jennings played for what international side? Italy's longest international border is with which country? Italy's longest international border is with which country? The adverb, theretofore, means what? The adverb, theretofore, means what? Who wrote the Damn Busters March? In anatomy, how else is the cardiovascular system known? In anatomy, how else is the If something is napiform, it is shaped like what vegetable? If something is Peregrine White was born on what famous ship in 1620? To a swimming coach, DPS means distance per what? To a swimming coach, DPS means distance per what? What word means a large tear in a piece of fabric? What's 11 multiplied by itself? What is England's largest historical county? What is England's largest Joey, the Lips, is a character in what musical? On which date in 2022 did Queen Elizabeth II die? In a chicken katsu curry the chicken is coated in what? Betrump is an old Scottish word meaning to do what? Geology is a field of study in what science? Geology is a field of study in what science? Which Bond actor appeared in the film, Mrs. Doubtfire? Which Bond actor appeared in the film? Which king was nicknamed the Lionheart? This is the speed I will speak your questions. This is the speed I will speak your questions.
Robin will speak your questions.
Cameron will speak your questions. Terry will speak.
Charlie will speak your questions. The young of which of these animals is not called a calf? Which of these fictional characters appeared on film first? Which of these games uses playing? The adjective, labros, means to have big what? Which of these is the name of an Oxford college? NASA's NEEMO cruise conduct. Which of these films stars Bradley Cooper? Which of these letters has the highest value? Where did the Great Fire of London break out in 1666? Which of these is another term for a bunch of bananas? Little Nell was a character in what Charles Dickens novel? What does the US company PopCap make? The Rubbles lived next door to which TV family? Which constellation is named? At the 2012 Olympics, who became the most successful sailor in which poet first wrote, "Fools rushing where angels fear to tread"? The TV shows, The Hour, Episodes, and 30 Rock are all about what? The D-Day beach landings involved the Allies crossing what body of water? This is the End, Hold Your Breath and Count to 10, opens which Bond theme song? The World Air Guitar Championships take place in which country? In what gymnastics event did Lewis Smith win silver at the London Olympics? In the Arabian Nights, the genie is summoned when Aladdin rubs